people popping in. Okay. Becky said Francesca sends her greetings from her vacation. Is Francesca on? And if you are, where are you?
Take a vacation.
She's on vacation.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, the rest of us are here. Oh, she's in Europe. Very cool. All right. So we have a little group today. We are going to start our last session of our pipeline and prospecting challenge for the summer, which is crazy how fast this program went by. Personally, I feel like it flew. So pipeline and prospecting challenge, you know, Kevin and I. What we're going to talk about today is we kind of looked at like your reporting and the tracking, and we looked at putting together some award winners, just some agents in our group that kind of went above and beyond and had some good success stories. So let's roll into celebrating a few of those. So Edith Shell, she's our accountability award winner. And Edith, I think you're on.
She is, yes.
Yeah. All right. Hi, Edith. So Edith reported her numbers to us 10 out of the 11 weeks. And I know, you know, that might not seem like the biggest thing, but she's one of the only people that actually gave us a report every single week. So Edith, thank you. We know that accountability really does help with our business. And so we super appreciate you jumping in and jumping on board and rolling with the program. So yay, Edith.
Yeah, as Angela said, the reporting piece has always been the challenge. The accountability is kind of the glue that holds everything together. And so our next award winner for most units, and again, units, I know there's a little bit of confusion with people on what units means. Units is essentially a buy, a sell, a lease, a tenant, whatever you have that you're into all of that, right? And so Edith did a phenomenal job of all of that. Tom, I want to shout out for most units. Tom reported growth on over 12 units. And that's a big number. But what I really loved about it is Tom only reported on the first half of this. So he stopped his reporting with us and as far as the accountability piece of it before July. So I want to just kind of highlight that and just imagine what the growth and the numbers will be if you guys continue to keep reporting your numbers on that. But congratulations, Tom. I know you moved the needle way more than just the 12 units you had in that. So really well done and congratulations. And our overall gold star goes to Rich Neal. Rich has been, I don't think you missed one meeting this entire time. Did you? I know you're on here. Did you miss any of the meetings, Rich? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Rich was in it to win it from the beginning on all of this, and he saw the growth in his numbers, right? And so again, the numbers that I'm reporting, you guys, I asked to report all those numbers. I tracked it on the back end on mine, on a sheet so that I can see everything that came in and where the growth in everyone's numbers are. Rich attended every single meeting, didn't necessarily report all of his numbers. And so I'd love to see what the true number was on Rich's growth.
I just sent you that this morning, Kevin. Sorry.
Oh, phenomenal. I have your growth at north of $5 million in the numbers that you reported just in your pipeline numbers. And that's awesome. And that's the whole idea of this, is for you guys to be able to have a place to go to track your business and see the growth. I know you put in the work, Rich, and congratulations. We wanted to highlight you on this today. So really, really well done.
Kevin, can I just really quick, Rich, what do you think? I'm putting you on the spot, but do you think that anything you did in the program contributed to those numbers?
Yes.
What do you think in particular?
It was staying more focused on doing something different or in addition to what I'd been doing before. So it was that sort of consistency piece. But like we said before, I mean, I changed up my messaging a little bit for a more direct but gentle ask of my sphere. Like, hey, remember, I'm in the business all over Chicagoland, you know, just think about this. And again, so it's just that consistency piece. And I can't reiterate that enough. Like literally, I just got a email yesterday from one of my clients from 6 years ago. He said, thank you so much for staying in touch. Thank you for the real estate review. Time's for me to upgrade my condo. So let's talk about selling and buying. So, but it's just that I tell people, if you can stay in the business long enough, you'll have a business. So I'm very grateful for what I've been doing differently in your guys' support.
Awesome. That's what it's all about, right? Even if it's just a small nugget that you get from a program like this, whether it was, you know, filling out the reporting every week that made you feel like you were being held accountable to it, to making small changes to picking up a good idea for an event to just being together and having good dialogue. As long as you're getting something out of it, that's all that matters.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So like we said, when we started this pipeline challenge, we had around 350 people who registered to take part in this. I think we've had about 100 people who initially started reporting their numbers. When I started going through everything this week in preparation for kind of our wrap-up celebration, I wanted to look at who our core group was, right? Who reported their numbers more than 2 times, right? And so we had 27 brokers who reported their numbers at least more than 2 times. Of those numbers, and I just took the people who reported more than 2 times, we had 147 units added to our pipeline. Okay, that's an average of 5.5 per broker of those 27 brokers. So I know we're moving the needle. I want to highlight again, this is a very small sample size of brokers and only a snippet of the business I know you guys were doing during this 12-week period. But if we had 147 units added, that equated to over $57 million worth of volume added to your pipelines. Okay, that's business again that you're going to transact in the next 12 months. So really, really well done. That breaks down to an average of over $2 million per broker in this. So I hope that you guys kind of have some building blocks that you can continue to use as you move into the fall and continue in your business. The accountability piece and really having somewhere to go with somebody on the back end to hold you accountable, to make sure you're not that you're doing the work, but that you have somebody to talk through challenges and successes with and continue to just sharpen the axe so you can take that tree down. That's what it's really all about. But really, really well done. This has been an awesome 12 weeks. Angela and I continue to talk about it and kind of what the power is of everything. So I just wanted to highlight the numbers on that. $57 million more of business in your pipelines for this 12-week period. Really well done. Congratulations.
Yeah, so great. And I just want to give a shout out to you guys because I know that it is so easy to fall off in the summer, especially. I think Kevin and I were working with some dynamics in the summertime, everything happening with the NAR settlement, so many industry changes, so much other programming that we're doing in the company to get you guys trained for all the stuff right now. And so you guys, our core little group, like showed up on Thursdays, and we started with a big group and we ended with a very small group. But I always tell Amy whenever she's asking like, how are things going? I always tell her that great, 100 people signed up and were active in the beginning. If I'm left with 20, that's all I care about, because if we can make an impact with 20 brokers like you guys, where you're showing up, you're in it to win it, you're open and willing and flexible, and you're willing to learn new habits and take on some new ideas and move the needle even a little bit, that's where the wins are. I don't need massive mega wins. I just need wins with 20 people. So I'm just super happy that you guys showed up and stuck with us and saw the value of the program. And I know I probably am speaking for Kevin too. This was Kevin's like first official coaching program within the company where he really helped like take a lead on it. So I just want to also say like great job to Kevin, because I feel like he put together a really nice program. And it was just an awesome experience for him and for me as well to be able to step back from a program and just like let somebody else run with it. So I just feel like Kevin did a really good job with it too. So I want to talk kind of a little bit about like what are our next steps, right? There's so much going on. You guys know there's so much going on in the company. And so what we're doing for Accelerate90 fall session is a little bit different. I know throughout spring and summer, we had every Monday, every Wednesday, and then you guys had us every Thursday. It was a lot, but we didn't know that so much was going to come down the pipeline with the NAR settlement, right? So had we known, we probably would have programmed a little bit less. So what we're going to do for the fall is we are going to stick with our Monday all calls. I feel like there's just a lot of value in that, especially as things are changing and turning and twisting in our industry. We're going to stick with the Monday all calls 9 to 9:30. They will start September 9th. So you can count on those continuing to happen. We are stopping the Wednesday sessions. We're taking a break on that. And then we are also stopping this Thursday session. But I want to talk about all the other things that are coming in its place, because you'll still have a lot of opportunities to be coached and trained by us. And so we have our September sales meetings, which we're calling our regional agent summits. I know I might have mentioned this last time or on a previous session, but these are going to be amazing. We have Keeping Current Matters coming to be the special guest, and we haven't even announced that to the company yet. So you small group of 16 people now have VIP knowledge and information. We have the CEO of KCM coming to roll and with these sessions and do a really, really good presentation. So please don't miss them. We might even have some special rates for our ad agents where you can sign up for a discounted fee if you were interested in signing up for KCM. So that'll be announced at the session too. So if you can make these, we would sincerely appreciate it. Please don't miss these. They're going to be really, really good. So those are our regional agent summits, invites coming soon. Yes, Hallie, KCM, wow. Yes. We've been putting a lot of work into getting David to come here. I just met with him last week. He's the CEO of KCM to talk about what the programming is going to be, what the presentation is going to look like. There is so much good content that he's going to present. I don't know if you guys have ever seen him talk, but he's really, really good. And companies hire him across the country, and he's super excited to get in with that. He's going to be talking about things like the election coming up, what are the ramifications of that? He's going to talk about mortgage rates. He's going to talk about consumers right now, right? Like, what are they looking for? What is their perception right now? What is happening with the NAR settlements? What is he seeing around the country with different brokerages? Why the brokerage you are working with matters. Some of the coaching and training opportunities coming up. So these sessions are going to be really good. So please, please don't miss those. Kevin and I will also bring some mini sessions out to Michigan, Indiana, and Lake Geneva. So that is September. In September, at the end of September, we also have a Getting What You're Worth for Buyers launching. And we are currently putting that together. I know a lot of you have taken Getting What You're Worth for sellers, and I know that content is stellar. This is going to be offered virtually just because I want to be able to hit as many agents as I possibly can. So this will be the end of September. You'll get more information and dates soon. But again, virtual, we'll be focusing on the buyer's process. And I would imagine in 2025, these will turn into some in-person sessions because it's just so much more impactful. So be on the lookout for some invitations for those in 2025. But for now, virtual end of September, please, please join that as well. In October, we have our annual business planning sessions coming up. Every single region is getting one. We do have dates that will be announced soon, but we will be in the city. We will be in the Northwest suburbs, in the North Shore, in the Western suburbs, in Michigan, Indiana, and Wisconsin. So dates on that coming soon. Again, those will be hands-on workshops where we will be sitting down and we will be working on our business plans together. Then, of course, we have Expo coming November 4th. And I think you guys did get the registration information for that. If not, let us know, but please register for that. That is going to be amazing, of course. And Kevin, that's going to be your first one, right?
Yes, it is. I've never taken Ninja. I'm excited. So if you haven't taken it, come take it.
Wait, that's Expo.
Oh, I'm sorry. Expo is my first one too. I got a lot of first with that property.
Yeah. Expo is awesome, you guys. I'm sure a lot of you have been there, but I'm sure they have an amazing lineup for this year again. So please come to that and we'll be there as well. And then Ninja installation is November 12th through 15th. And I know some of you have taken it. If you haven't, this is a very intensive 4-day training program. You can register at atpropertiesninja.com. And we have, I think, like 45-ish seats left, which will fill up as we get closer to November. So if you're interested, this is really a sales training program where we bring in a master coach from Ninja Selling. He's amazing. You've never met anyone like Don Hennison. You guys will love him. And he literally teaches you how to run your business. And he teaches you everything from streamlined operations to developing, maintaining, and cultivating relationships, going deeper with those that know, like, and trust you versus chasing cold leads. Really good tactics, really good scripting. Everything is very process oriented and operational oriented and relationship oriented. They have amazing planners. If you're looking for something to help keep you grounded, we talk about morning routines. This installation has changed so many of our App Properties agents' lives, and I think this is coming super timely with all the changes happening in the industry. So if you're interested, go to @propertiesninja.com, grab a seat. There is an investment, but this will pay for itself like fivefold as long as you follow and stay on the ninja path. I will be leading with Don Tennyson, coordinating the whole event. So it's one of my big events of the year. Kevin will be in it. It's his first time, so he's getting installed too. So that'll be fun. So if you guys are information or want more information, please let us know. We're super excited about Ninja. And then we wrap up the year with the end of the year. I hear we're going to be having some regional holiday parties, which will be super fun. And hopefully we'll see you guys at those as well. And that brings us to 2025, where we have already are having conversations about what 2025 is going to look like. So lots of good stuff to come. All right. So we thought the last couple minutes, if maybe we could do a round robin, I would, since we only have a couple people, I would love to go through and kind of take turns. And if someone could just share with us, you each could take a minute and tell us what you liked about the program. This is really good feedback for Kevin and I. Just so when we build future programming, what we know worked and what didn't. So really, if you want to give us really good feedback, bad feedback, I want to hear it. So Edith, I'm going to unmute you. Or can you unmute yourself maybe?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
I'd love to
thanks.
hear your comments on our program.
I loved the accountability piece and the recording, where you have to record your numbers. I loved the new spreadsheets. I'm pretty crazy about spreadsheets and recording my numbers, and I loved how we had the new setup with like the hot and the warm leads and how we put them all in different categories. So I love that, and I wish we could put that into our platform somehow. But
wait, so let me interrupt you, and I almost forgot to talk about this. Were you in the beta test group for the new pipeline tool on platform?
No.
I should get you, because I know you love tools and tech. I'm going to actually get you added to our beta group. If anyone else is interested in being like a tester of our new tools that come out, please let me know. Edith, I'm just going to put you in because I feel like you're perfect for it. We have a new pipeline tool that's rolling out. Kevin, did they say it's going to be after Labor Day, right?
Yeah, it's after Labor Day. It's awesome. I mean, I've had a chance to go ahead and look at it. It's exactly what you're talking about, Edith, where you guys are transitioning from this pipeline, having your CRM, your pipeline, everything right on platform for you to be able to track your business. It's coming soon. And so we're really excited about that piece of it.
You'll love it. Edith, I'm going to send this video. There's a video recording of this tool, guys. I'm going to post it in our room on the app, and you guys can get a little sneak peek of it.
Yeah, because I love this prospecting pipeline. I love it. I had a version of it before from Ninja, because I've taken Ninja before that we used, that I was kind of using, so throughout the years. But this one I love, so that I really loved. That was probably the best part of it. My only negative feedback, and I think you heard this, was just the small groups, how we had like when we broke up into small groups and there was too many people in the small groups and we couldn't get through like all the topics. But other than that, it was great. It was great to hear people's stories and what's working and what's not. So it was a really good session, I think. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, Ellen, you got 1 minute, girl. What do you think?
You're on mute, Ellen.
Oh, Ellen, you're muted. Okay. She's like, let me find the unmute.
Oop. Nope, there you go.
There. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, start the minute over, please. Okay. So when we started doing this, I was so freaking stressed out about everything. Everything was thrown up in the air and fell all over the place, and I was wrecked. You guys helped me gain my sanity back, and I'm sorry I didn't do the sending you the info and all the notations and everything. Can't even think what it's called, but I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I did just write down a list, and I have so many new clients, including people who I haven't even talked to in years. This woman contacted me. I've known her for 23 years. she said, Ellen, we're ready to sell our house. You're the only one we thought of. We see you on the bench ads and we've thought about you all the time. And really, truly, I knew her a long time and all this. And I've got a new sale on Jarvis. This one's on Samantha is a referral to me on Ravenswood. I've worked doing rentals for my client Benjamin in Wicker Park. I have a referral buyer, which is, I'm wondering if that's going to go further, but I am meeting with them next week. And that's a referral from a mortgage professional that I worked with. I also have a sale on Hermitage. That's the one I just mentioned in Rogers Park. I'm working with a couple people I've known for many years who are really taking their time about it because they're seniors and they need to get some things in order, but I am helping guide them on this. One is in North Center on Damon. The other friend of mine is on Maplewood and Westridge, and both of those properties, one of them's worth probably 800,000. The other one is probably about 700. And then I also just have some clients who, potential clients who I'm working with. Well, Mary, she is a potential client. She said she'd like to work with me. She's somebody I know from the seniors workout program I am in. And I
Nice.
really enjoy networking face to face with people in different organizations that I like to be a part of. So I'm part of the Northtown Garden Society. I've been a member for about 15 years. It's at Warren Park. It's awesome. People know me and like me. People recognize my name and recognize me and know my name from the bus bench ads that I have in this area up here. And so I'm feeling a lot better. I guess that's the synopsis.
Good.
I admire Rich Neal for it's entering it all in, because I know I'd be more organized in my brain if I had it all in writing. But it's been great. It's been great getting to know you both and your training, and it's just been wonderful. So I really appreciate everything and hearing what other people have to say. And it's interesting to see who's still here.
Yeah.
I stuck it out, we stuck it out, and it's kind of cool. I know several of the people that are on this, and I've known them for a long time. And we're all in different places in our careers and in our lives, and we do the best we can, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
So was that a minute?
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for your feedback.
Great.
You're welcome. Thank
Camille?
you.
Hi. Excuse me. For me, it's not being a part of a team. I felt like I was part of a team and it really puts me on track. Kevin, that spreadsheet, I love it. I can't even tell you. I have to mention this. Last night I got a call from a friend who says, hey, I want to buy my house and buy a bigger one. And I thought to myself, I can't wait to add that to my spreadsheet.
Yeah.
You,
Good.
because for me, excuse me, it's really just kind of keeping me on track to know where it is instead of all my little sheets of paper with different names and as they come up. So I really enjoyed being a part of the group, having accountability with you and meeting with my coach who I love and adore so much. You guys and this company keep me on track as an individual. I agree with is it Ellen about the Edith about the small groups. I preferred this more so, but other than that, I absolutely loved it. Thank you very much for
Oh,
including me. Yeah,
Well,
thank you so
for
much.
participating. Yeah.
yeah.
We
Just
have
add one thing. Can I just
Yeah.
add one more thing? I just remember I met with another client yesterday who owns a building in North Center, and it's probably about $800,000. And I've known him for years. I've worked with them in the past, and they called me directly to work with them. So it was very flattering and terrific. So yay.
Good for you, girl.
Yeah.
We have Vita, who's not on camera. She's driving back from dropping her son at college. But Vita said that she sent me a message. She really liked the support and being able to have suggestions on Popeye and marketing ideas. So thank you for that feedback, Vita. Okay, Holly.
Hi, guys. So, I know I could have been a bit more diligent on my spreadsheet. However, you guys, the support I got from everyone, I think my favorite part is when we shared, Kevin, when you had us, go through the questions, right? And we'd share with each other. I'm a major note taker. I picked up wonderful nuggets and gems from everybody. And I have to say, thank you, Rich, because you talked about doing things differently. And you helped push me out of my comfort zone. Holly door knocked. Oh my God. And I survived. So
She lived to tell about it.
I did. I lived to tell about it. And I started on my block and tell me when my minute's up. I don't want to go over. So it was like warm door knocks. And of course, my next door neighbor told me she wasn't home when I first knocked, put the thing on her door, my little door hangers that Laura helped me make up through Express Decks. And then I saw her on the way home and I gave her my info that I was passing out to everyone, a synopsis of the market. Long story short, she's like, Holly, I'm thinking of moving back to Wisconsin after like 45 years. There you have it.
Yeah.
So
worth it.
I lived to tell the story.
Thank you for that
guys
feedback.
for everything.
Rich Neal had a really good Monday all call. If you guys didn't watch that one, and really it was about making small changes. So if you didn't see that, go back, watch that recording. It was really great. Rich, are you still here with us?
I am.
What was your favorite part? Any constructive criticism?
I am really about the accountability piece. So I'm a little bit, disappointed myself that I wasn't as thorough in everything that I wanted to do. But one of the nuggets I took away that really resonated with me, I don't know if it was on this call or on the Monday call, but they talked about, I think it was early on, it's summertime. Don't beat yourself up if you don't do everything every day, but just focus on winning the week and winning the month. So if I didn't do my 2 or 3 cards today, I'm like, okay, that's okay. But I focus on getting them done by the end of the week. And then same thing with the real estate review. So that's really the biggest nugget I took away is just, it's okay if it's not right today, but just focus on the long game and doing what you need to do.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, Becky. Unmute. There you go.
Good. I truly never, ever did the pipeline spreadsheet thing, and it's really helped, even though Kevin and I have this conversation of just defining what a unit is. So I really appreciate that. Like Holly, I appreciate the nuggets from everybody. I feel that when individuals can make comments, they've thought about it and they can share, and I love it. And of course, my accountability partner, Francesca, she has lots of great ideas and definitely very much helping support me. And I've done the same for her, not as well. I've done the same for her using my strengths. So that's what I have to say.
Awesome. Love it. I really feel like just you guys talking with each other sometimes is really just all you need. Like you don't even need Kevin and I, right? You guys get such good ideas from each other. Thank you for sharing that. All right. Who are we on? Kieran?
Okay, I'm here. I'm walking
Hi.
my dog and got rained on, so I'm not on video.
Oh, that's okay.
I like the small group breakouts when they're smaller groups. So I know you guys made that adjustment a little later on because I find that when you don't have too many people, you guys can all share and everybody gets the chance and you kind of feel like you're contributing as much as listening. But I really liked, the other thing I liked was the pop buys because even though I didn't do either of them, I did a different variation. It still gave us ideas, and I have found pop buys to be so successful this year. And the cap gifts are great, but when you want to hit a larger volume of people, they're fiscally not possible to do as often as you can do pop buys. I really like that. I am disappointed that the Thursday accountability is going away because I have found that the people who show up to calls like this are the ones that are willing to contribute and share and be there. And if you need somebody to hold you accountable, there's somebody you can do that with. And I've tried consistently at my office to get accountability groups, and everybody's gung ho to start them, and then they all drop off. And I really think that the fall, especially, it tends to be a little slower in the fall. And I think we have a little more time to work on business development. So that's just my feedback.
Yeah, no, that's good feedback. And I agree. I mean, accountability groups are awesome, right? Especially if you have people who are all in it to win it. It's hard because a lot of people will fall off and life gets in the way and it's hard to all stick together. But if you guys are interested in continuing on together, right, you have a whole cohort of people you could certainly reach out to if you want to stay together and continue on with doing that. We're definitely talking about planning 2025. There's so much going on in the industry right now and so much training that we're doing, and with business planning coming up, it's just a lot, right? So I wouldn't say that they're going away forever. They may just look a little bit different in 2025. But you guys, I highly recommend and encourage you guys to reach out to each other and stick together if you want to keep something up throughout the fall session. I think it's a great idea.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that feedback. All right, Crystal.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm here.
Hi.
I didn't do the small group breakouts. I only did the large ones because it is summer and there was a lot to juggle at the same time. I liked the tracking aspect of it. Previously, I used to do more of a hot sheet, but I think putting the numbers to it was definitely helpful just in tracking. The only thing I will say is I think I was kind of hard on myself. Like somebody else brought this up, defining units.
Yeah.
For me, I was really only tracking the immediate transaction possibility. So if it was the buyer and not necessarily adding to the list, the potential sale. So, I mean, if I was looking at that, my numbers could have possibly doubled, but I was really just trying to keep it with what I'm working with in the now. I think an integration into the DMS for that would be amazing.
Yeah.
But it was great. The only other thing I will say is that I think I struggle finding a happy medium with my buyers or pop buys, like in the age ranges, right? Because some things work for people with kids and some things don't work at all for older people. And I tend to work in that transition market, like not the first time home buyer, but more of the people that are in that space of upsizing or downsizing. So I struggle a little bit with finding the happy medium there.
Right,
But,
right.
yeah, overall,
So-
it was great.
Thank you for that feedback. Someone commented that the cap gifts are like expensive, and they are. And if you're going to do the cap gifts, I feel like you take a very small subset. Those are going to like your A++ clients, right? Just to make it affordable. And then yes, some of those gifts are not going to work for people in that stage in life. I don't remember who emailed me a few months ago and said, I have like brand new families with like babies, right? So like sparklers are not going to work for them, right? So yeah, it's hard, but there's always some kind of options that you can give, and it doesn't need to be anything huge, even if it's a little scratch off lotto ticket or just got to get creative. But thank you for that feedback. Kevin, anything to add? I've just been talking this whole time.
Yeah, no, I mean, I hear a lot of, I love the pipeline. I love the tracking. I'm a little disappointed on the accountability piece. Part of me loves that, right? Where you guys are like, I should have reported more, or I should have had more of the accountability of it. The idea for me when we were putting all this together is to give you a baseline. It's never easy to change and start tracking your business in a different way, right? And so I think on our first initial meeting, it was one that here's a template for you to use, but make the template your own. Right? When you have your own plan, you're more likely to follow it than when it's given to you by somebody else. And so don't beat yourself up about it. Learn from it. Like this was a quarter, 12 weeks is a quarter of the year. And now you're rolling into the next quarter. And so look at what worked for you during this and what you need to tweak a little bit with it, but continue to track it. It should be something to motivate you. I love what Camille said. Like she was on the phone with her client and couldn't wait to run to her spreadsheet and put it on her spreadsheet. That's the idea, so that you have everything in one place for you to be able to do it. You will get more comfortable with it, I promise. But you guys have come so far from day one of this meeting to today. So part of it is, learn from what you didn't, what were your what were your strengths during this program, or what are things you need to work on during this program, and continue to do it. But this is exactly what we were looking for you guys to track your business, for you guys to learn from each other and take nuggets. If somebody says door knocking doesn't work and it's not right for me, and somebody else comes on and says, well, I would, Holly comes on and says, I door knocked, I had a great experience. Now someone else is more likely to go out there and do that. And that's the beauty of these types of programs.
And also, give yourself some grace too. If you've never used a tracking spreadsheet and you've never used a pipeline tracker, and this is brand new to you, it takes time to wrap your head around it, to understand how you're going to fit it into your life, fit it into your business, how you're going to make it your own. So I just feel like everyone had a great start. And if you like it, keep using it, right? And we talked about this new pipeline tool rolling out. Please use it. When we launch it, when you get that email from Nikki Consular and she announces it after Labor Day, get in there and play with it and use it. It's going to be a really helpful tool for you guys to track your business. Laura, you're up next. Unmute yourself.
Is that good? Is that
Yes.
good? Overall, I've enjoyed the programming from both sessions, and I particularly like the Monday sessions. I don't know what it is, but I like to get my coffee and I like to listen to what, the different agents and brokers have to contribute. It's always good. I like the Wednesday one, but I started to feel like I was so overwhelmed that, okay,
It was a lot.
which tool am I which one am I really gonna get inside? Because you learn it at a high level. I went back and watched a lot of it. Kevin, I love the Remind, but I'm already like, oh my God, I got to pull a spreadsheet out of there, or do I do it off the website? So I found myself sometimes going in too many different directions and not getting focused enough. But the clients I met with this summer, they weren't ready to buy or sell, but I'll tell you what did come up, and it actually helped me in my workshop the other day, the NAR changes. So, because it's been on the news and you hear different things about it. So I thought that was really good, especially because I was in our office the other day and we were doing role playing. And I'm like, I got this. I think, the biggest thing is some of the financial piece about how that rapid rolls if sellers don't want to contribute. But anyway, I felt that, I feel prepared for that. So I was kind of double teaming, trying to focus on, and Kevin, the prospecting tool, I haven't used one like that, but it's really great. And I've said, you're going to use it. But the clients that I met with or went out to lunch or went out to dinner with were all like, oh God, what's going on in your industry? Okay, well, let me tell you. And you know what, when you make it out, like, it's just a change. That's all. It's just a different way of doing business. You have to downplay the negativity that's coming out on the airwaves, I that's how I found it, but I really enjoyed Monday and I loved Wednesday. Thursdays were good. I was pretty much on all of the calls and I tried to keep up with all the workshops, webinars and stuff centered around NAR. So I felt like I was in a blender a little bit, but it had nothing to do with your program. Is amazing, Angela and Kevin. Let me just put that out there. And I'm like, oh my God, so I really enjoyed it. I feel I need to do things differently moving forward and try to get centered on which program is really going to be the easiest to master. Again, you watch the tools on Wednesday and you're like, oh, that's good. I'm going to go back and do that. And then you get stuck trying to do it. And I'm like, okay, maybe that's not the one, because I feel like, okay, I need a tutor, but I really enjoyed all of it. I mean, and sometimes I would listen to some of it and it's just the breadth of people coming from the suburbs and the city. I'm like, that wouldn't really work for me. I'm not in, I'm in the city. I'm not going to go on, down the neighborhood. I don't have any of that, but you still get such good information. Like Holly said, I'm like, oh no, I'm taking note of all that. And like Camille, it's like, it all has value at some level. That's how I felt. So, I want to do better with the spreadsheet, Kevin. I just looked at it and went, oh my God,
Yeah.
So,
You'll get there.
but I enjoyed it all.
Excellent.
I think the biggest thing was having it in conjunction with the NAR changes. There were so many emails from brokers and Amy. I know, and I'm printing things out and reading them at home. And I'm like, okay, good. And I have a big, thick folder on all of the documents they changed a few months ago. I'm just going to have to throw it all out. The agreements, the addendums, right? So, okay, now I've got the right ones, we think, right? But anyway, it was good. I don't want to take up anybody's time. Thank you.
definitely a
Oh.
lot. Thank you for that feedback. And I agree with you hands down.
I was
It
in a blender,
lot.
Angela.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was in a blender. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but you guys, you're kind of like collectively and collaboratively, you know what you want to present. And that's what's so great. I'm like, I'm glad they do, because I'm just trying to read it, print it out, do it. And it was, I think it was double thing, because of the stuff kept changing from what we learned and documents. And, after the workshop the other day, I'm like, okay, I got that. Now let me just go get the business. I can talk about this, but I am not afraid of the changes. It's just a different way of thinking. That's
Right.
all.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you guys need to get through August 17th, right? And this is why we are putting the brakes on some of the programming. It's like drinking from a fire hose, right? Sometimes
Thank
it's
you.
just too much. And that's why we're stopping the Wednesdays and the Thursdays.
Mhm.
You guys need to get comfortable with your new forms. And this is why we're putting together, you're going to have training, but it's going to be smaller chunks of it, but I think more impactful, right? So come listen to KCM in September. Take our Getting What You're Worth for buyers, right? Do your
Yep.
business planning. Let's get really focused for the fall and not have to stress about 5,000 other things that's going on. You guys have enough to worry about with, all of the industry changes. So thank you for that feedback. And I fully agree.
Yeah, it's really good.
Pamela,
Thank you.
I don't think I got to you yet.
I thought that all of the aspects of the program were really, really good for me. I wrestled a little bit with with the time blocking. I mean, Angela, when you said you time block everything every day, I thought, oh my God, I need to sit next to you every day. Because I am a master at multitasking. So I'm trying to rein myself in and do better and do a little bit of time blocking. I wished I had been more accountable. But I thought that the tools were excellent, because it really walked me through tools that I never took the time to go through, and understanding where to use those tools in our business structure, I thought was very, very good. Something that I think would be helpful is that a grid listing each of the tools out and where they are best used would be helpful going forward. I got a lot out of the activities. It was a little bit overwhelming, I agree, but we did the face-to-face meetings with our past clients and with some new clients. And I think out of 5, 4 out of the 5, we got some potential business. We've gotten a new development opportunity. Let's see. Most of the people that I called in my past clients did return the phone call, and that resulted in some of the face-to-face meetings. I got some really good nuggets out of those small group meetings. Taking a video of yourself after open house and sending it out to open house visitors, I thought was a great idea. So like I said, I really thought all of the aspects of the program were very helpful. And I did pick a couple of things that worked very well. Want to move into some more, going forward. So I'd love to see the program continue. Even though I think I fell short of the accountability pieces, I really felt like it was still good to hear it, and somewhere in my brain it probably stuck. And you guys did an excellent job. I was a trainer for 20 years, and I have to say you guys are excellent trainers. So I appreciate everything that you guys bring to the table.
Oh, thank you so much. I love it. Thank you guys so much for all that feedback. Did I miss anyone?
Vita is the only one I think.
Vita, we did. She was from the car, so I sent.
Oh, she was in the car. Then that is
Yep.
I would add one other thing before we jump off, because I know we're going a little long. Yes, we offer so much of that, right? Tools, trainings, all of that. It is overwhelming. You guys are right. It's overwhelming. When I came in here, it was like rework and learn all the new tools. I knew what a lot of them were, but they're packaged in a different way. The hardest part for brokers is where to start. right? You can't take all the tools and resources that we throw at you, even during, you know, 1 12-week period, and implement it in your business. You need to identify where you want to get started. Pick one tool, one training, one outreach, and then get that going, right? It takes 2 to 3 weeks to start a habit or to break a habit, right? So start one thing, implement that, and then you can always implement more and more as you go along. The beauty of it is you don't need to do everything at once. Everything we've done on the Work Your Wednesdays and beyond have been recorded. You can always go back and rewatch them when you need to, but don't try to do all at one time. You'll never accomplish it. It is too much. You're putting yourself, almost setting yourself up for failure. So just pick one tool at a time and start implementing it in your business.
Yep. Yep. And I think to Kevin's point, we have some ideas. We're already talking about 2025 programming and what it's going to look like. I think you guys will be pleased. So I have a sense of direction of which way we're going, and I think you guys will be pleased with it. So thank you guys so much for being with us and sticking with us this summer. Don't let this be the end of anything. If anything, this should be the beginning of something for you all, right? Whether it's maintaining your relationships with each other, reaching out to each other, continuing to meet, using that tracker spreadsheet. When our pipeline tool launches after Labor Day, get into it and start using it. Show up at those events and those training events I told you about. You'll get so much out of that, especially the business planning sessions. So you're nice and focused for 2025. But thank you guys so much for spending time with us, and we'll see you at one of our events coming up soon. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.